Nobody announced it. There was no argument that ended everything. No moment you could point to and say, that was when it broke. It just got quieter and quieter until one day, the silence had a different weight to it. What if the relationship ended long before you admitted it? What if the real breakup happened in the small moments no one talks about? You stopped telling them things, not the big things, the small ones, the funny thought you had on the way home, the thing that bothered you at work, the dream you half remembered in the morning. You kept it to yourself, not because you were hiding it, but because somewhere along the way, you stopped expecting them to care. Psychologists call this emotional withdrawal. It is the first and quietest stage of relationship dissolution, identified by researcher Steve Duck as the intrapsychic phase, the phase that happens entirely inside one person before a single word is spoken. You begin to mentally rehearse grievances. You stop investing in repair. You start imagining life on the other side of this, and the other person may not know any of it is happening. John Gottman's research found that contempt, stonewalling, and emotional distance predict relationship failure. More accurately than conflict, couples who fight are often still connected. Couples who have gone quiet are often already gone. The silent breakup is not a character flaw. It is a protection response. When the nervous system learns that vulnerability in this relationship leads to disappointment, it stops offering vulnerability, not out of cruelty, but out of self-preservation. You did not give up. You got tired of being unmet. Here is what happens underneath. The brain's reward system, driven by dopamine, requires positive reinforcement to stay engaged. In the early stages of love, the relationship is unpredictable in an exciting way. The brain stays alert, hopeful, seeking. But when the relationship becomes predictably unrewarding, when bids for connection are consistently missed, when repairs are never made, the dopamine system quietly disengages. The brain stops anticipating reward, and with it, the emotional investment withdraws. This is not a decision. It is a neurological response to a pattern. The heart doesn't leave all at once. It leaves in increments, each one invisible. So what do? When you recognize you are already halfway gone, or when you sense your partner is, name the withdrawal honestly. Psychology shows that naming an emotional process reduces its unconscious power. Ask yourself, when did I stop sharing the small things? That moment is the marker. Reconnect through bids. Gottman's research identifies bids for connection, small, often wordless moments where one person reaches toward the other. A touch, a glance, a question. Turning toward those bids instead of away is the single most predictive behavior of relationship survival. Repair before the silence becomes permanent. Gottman calls repair attempts the most important skill in relationships. They don't need to be eloquent. I feel far from you. I miss us. Can we try again? Simple, direct, before it's too late. Grieve what changed, not just what ended. Sometimes the silent breakup is telling you something real. Not every withdrawal is a call to fight. Some are a quiet acknowledgement that something has genuinely ended, and that is allowed. Grief is not failure. It is honesty. Here is the model. Every relationship has a surface breakup. The conversation, the decision, the leaving. But underneath that is the real timeline. The moment someone stopped sharing. The bid that went unmet. The repair that never came. The surface breakup is just the announcement of something that already happened quietly. If you can learn to read the quiet in yourself, in each other, you can sometimes catch it before it becomes permanent. Relationships don't usually die in fires. They fade in small silences, in withheld thoughts, in bids no one answered. But fading is not the same as finished. If you can still feel the distance, you are still close enough to cross it. Want to understand relationships for real? Hit subscribe or stay confused.